Alright, next stain top we're going to do here is going to be with these Mohawk deep penetrating stains. I'm going to use a brown base on an Eastern Hard Rock flame maple top. It's got a really wildwood figure. You can see already where you're going to get some really incredible lines running through. And then this is an Eastern white pine back. So guitar is very light with a nice hard top. We'll put the first coat of brown on here and go. What happens with this stuff, if you don't move fast enough sometimes you'll get a little blotchiness, so you just kind of have to dump more on. And pine is definitely a blotchy type of wood. Next here we got some 400 grit sandpaper, and we're going to sand off in kind of a teardrop shape. I then switched over to 600 because the 400 was too aggressive. I'm just going to take off a little bit of the top here and get some of that brown to stick in. Next we have the red Mohawk stain. This is the red. What I'm going to do is feather this around the edge here and work it in across the body here in kind of a teardrop shape. I'm not really going to go over the center, but I'm really going to just put it in the outside and get that outside to really stay with a brown and red coloring. Alright, next here we're going to speed up the video and move into the yellow, and we're going to feather the yellow into the center here. We're going to go across the red and really get that coloring to kind of paint itself in. So I'm going to keep turning that rag to make sure I've got just yellow in the center. I'm going to go back and add a little bit more red on the outside to keep it nice and dark. And it's just really a back and forth at this point to get the colors to pop correctly. Lastly then I'm going to take some 600 grit sandpaper and go back over it one more time and pull some of that color out. So this is some 600 grit, and I'm doing it with a hand sander so I can do it in some specific spots. Alright, next we're going to take the yellow, we're going to go back over the whole body and turn the rag a number of times to make sure that we are putting yellow in the right spots. This is how you get the top to really pop, is by putting that one last coat of yellow on. Here you're really going to pull a lot of color out, and the guitar really looks outstanding here at this point. So here we are with one coat of true oil on the body. It really looks outstanding. You've got the yellow in the center, and then the red and the brown really picking up. This picture's overexposed, this next picture's underexposed. One of the things you want to do when you don't have a really highly figured piece of wood is add a couple different colors, because you don't know which color is going to pop. And here the yellow really pops out at the end, and the red and the brown are really picked up in the outside pieces of figure. So using multiple colors on a lightly figured piece of wood really help you accentuate the grain and figuring that you have in there already.